What up, guys? This is Guido, the boss at Bout's Most Wanted Scammers. It is time for another episode of Interrogation, episode number 25 for the month of July. August just around the corner. But before we get down and dirty, if you are watching this on YouTube and if you're not a member of Bout's Most Wanted Scammers, go to Facebook, type in Bout's Most Wanted Scammers in the search bar, fill out all your questions, send a request, and update yourselves on yesterday's and today's Bout Scammers. 10 questions or statements that I'll be answering, reacting to. Let's get started, guys. All right, question number one, since it's Bout related, did you hear that Dean Malenko gave his WCW cruiserweight belt to the Japanese wrestler Otani? I checked it out, and apparently the Otani wrestler, he's paralyzed. He got paralyzed a while back in the ring, and I read up the story, and Dean Malenko did give his ring-used real WCW cruiserweight belt. He went over to the hospital, gave it to him, which is freaking awesome. I don't know that any of us would have done something like that. I know I wouldn't, because it's going to have sentimental value for me anyway. But these two apparently wrestled each other for the belt, and this man has a heart of gold, man. That's awesome, I think. Question number two: What's up with a wrestling fan who is black? Tell Tiffany Stratton. Keep it warm for Naomi, and Tiff tells him, the bout is mine, boy. Please say that people say that she's a racist for that. So I checked out the clip on that, and so a fan who happened to be black tells Tiffany to keep the belt warm for Naomi, and then of course Tiffany responded back, this belt's mine, boy. So now people, when she said that, are saying that she's a racist for saying that. So me personally, I don't see that as a racist comment. But then again, people are going to say, well, because you're not black, so you're not going to understand. But I think at this point in time, a lot of things happening in the States, with the whole ICE issue and all that, so it's pretty sensitive right now. But I would like to hear the fan remarks on it, see what the fan thinks of her remark. Pretty interesting, though. All right, question number three: the original Octagon loses his fight against AAA/WWE. Your thoughts? So, Octagon or Octagon, Mexican luchador wrestler, been over the business for over 30 years or something like that. Still wrestling today. I think in his early 60s. He can barely move, but he's still doing his thing. This guy was a wrestler from day one, AAA, when it was AAA came around, I think in the late 90s, I want to say. And apparently there's a lawsuit from Octagon against AAA at the time, and he's stating that AAA owes him money because they're using his footage and videos, and they're still using his name, Octagon or Octagon. AAA created another character by the name of Octagon Jr. or Octagon Jr. And normally a name like that will be given to a related family member, or more particularly the son of Octagon. Well, this Octagon Jr. is kind of like a fake. He's not related at all to Octagon. So he's pissed about that. He states that he is the one that created the character Octagon, and therefore AAA owes him money for merchandise and video use, the name, etc. So this feud has been going on for years and years. I mean, I think like over 10 years or something like that. And now that WWE bought AAA, WWE must have wired up or checked it out, and apparently WWE/AAA won the lawsuit, and now Octagon doesn't get shit, and now he cannot use that name. That name now belongs to WWE/AAA. So he got fucked over. So now he can't use his name. And even then, Octagon actually has a son that's a wrestler, and his name is El Hijo de Octagon, the son of Octagon. And they have to change their names. They cannot use the names no more. They can still use the image, but they cannot use the name. So they're gonna have to come up with a different name for themselves. That's a fucked up thing about it. It is what it is. Question number 4: the Nature Boy gets surgery and diagnosed with skin cancer. What the fuck? So yeah, I seen a picture of Ric Flair where he has a zipper on his stomach, basically like a 6-inch, 7-inch scar, or maybe, I don't know, it looked like a foot-long scar on his stomach. Call it a zipper. And some kind of stomach surgery or some sort. And this dude almost died. He was in critical condition. And then fairly recently coming out with the skin cancer stuff. And this guy is a mess. And I don't know how he's still alive. This guy should have been buried 6 feet below a long time ago. But we still have him. We still got the Nature Boy. Not that I'm wishing that he needs to go. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like the man has 9 lives like a cat or something. So, but he's getting close to it, man, for sure. All right. Question number 5. Hey, Guido, just wanted to tell you, keep doing a great job with cleaning up the hobby. We need more people like you. There's too many scammers out there. Yeah, too many scammers. Thanks for the compliment. Too many scammers out there. But again, it's not only me that's, trying to clean up this hobby. It's a lot of you guys out there that doing your own part. And you guys report people to me. You send me the evidence. I do my investigation and I put them on blast. So a lot of it has to do with you guys out there. And a lot of you members of my group are doing your part, and I want to thank you guys for helping me putting these people on blast. So, all right. Number 6, I noticed scammers are getting better using AI. It's getting hard to detect scammers. Lots of AI that looks real. Can't even tell anymore these days. Yeah, AI. I mean, this thing is. These guys are using AI, and AI looks real. And it's hard for me sometimes to detect, some of the stuff that gets sent to me because AI is being used. So these scammers are getting smarter, and it's getting harder to pinpoint scammers. So we got to be careful. If you guys are not sure whether the photos or the writing on the coin pics is real or not, then I would suggest just to leave it alone. Even when people ask for references of people that you don't know, it's hard because these scammers are creating other fake files and using these fake files as references. They would reference and say, yeah, I done business with this guy, and he's good to go. And it's really the same scammer operating, these fake files. So it's just really harder than ever before to try not to get scammed. But if you think that it's a fake, or if you think that it might be a scammer, believe your gut. believe your gut and just leave it be. Don't even go for it. Don't even risk it. All right. Question number 7. Hey, G, I almost got scammed recently, and if I didn't check your files, I would have been another victim. Thanks for what you do. Yep. Again, it's best to join Bouts Most Wanted Scammers. Use my group as a tool. Just type in whatever name that you guys are trying to do business with in the search bar. See if they have a file. A lot of the times you guys find out that the person is a scammer and whatnot. So a lot of people has been saved using Bouts Most Wanted Scammers as a tool from being scammed. So I would suggest you become a member. Question number 8. So Twisted Steel is still not on your list. Can we say favoritism much? I bet you won't talk about this comment. So again, like I said on the last interrogation video about Twisted Steel, you guys need to send me the evidence. I don't have any evidence. I know some of the victims and nothing's being sent. I contacted them a while back, some of them, and nothing. So you guys get a hold of evidence, send it to me, and we'll put them behind bars about Most Wanted Scammers. Like, there's nothing much else to say about it. I don't have any favoritism. Everybody can become or have a file at Bouts Most Wanted Scammers. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the bout hobby. It doesn't matter whether you're one of my friends on Facebook, like Twisted Steel, EJ Kelly used to be. We used to be friends on Facebook, so, and now we're not. So, it is what it is. But nonetheless, there is no favoritism. I need proof and evidence to put them there. So either you send it or that's it. Nothing else I can do. My hands are tied on this thing. Question number 9. I've grown tired and can't stay quiet any longer. I've been waiting for my real leather belt from Mendoza Craft, Antonio, for 7 months already. And it's like pulling teeth with this guy. He doesn't answer messages. And I know I'm not the only one waiting. Once I get my shit back, he needs a file. So, Antonio Mendoza Craft, one of his customers complaining about the wait time, the manufacturing time of a real leather belt. Now, here's the situation. Now, this guy obviously has a good reputation in the belt hobby, right? And however, he seems like he is going downhill. He's falling backwards now. And I've seen this happen to a lot of the good guys in the bout hobby. They're great. They start off, fantastic, good guys in the hobby. And then what happens? They start to slip. They start to fuck up. And then eventually they just no good. So in this situation here, this customer is pissed off. 7 months going, and for a re-leathered belt, unacceptable. Doesn't take 7 months to get this thing done. The thing is, he's not the only one that has complained to me about Antonio Mendoza. There's several others, a total of a handful of guys so far that came to me, and that's only to me. Who knows how many other guys are out there that's still waiting? But a handful of guys so far has hit me up complaining. Some of them have been waiting 5 months for a re-leather. Some of them, like this one, has been waiting 7 months, and there's some that's been waiting more. So the complaints are similar. The manufacturing time, unacceptable. The communication with Antonio is unacceptable. I have screenshots that they sent me, and a lot of messages doesn't get read. It takes days and going on for a week to get a response. And then there's some messages where they showed me screenshots of, they'll put messages on the wall on Mendoza Craft and somehow they're getting deleted. So, like, what's going on here? You know. So obviously, he's backed up on orders. Now, the reason why, don't know. Don't know what's going on, but there is a reason why. We don't know. I don't know what's going on. But looking at through a customer's eyes, it doesn't matter what's the reason why he's behind. Because I've been there before, not with Mendoza, never done business with him, but with others. And I don't want to hear, and these guys on my inbox, and such this person that messaged me on this question number 9, we don't want to hear the excuses. We just want our stuff done on a timely manner and done with good quality, and that's it. So this guy's falling behind. Now, what I try to do is on one of the guys, I asked him, "What do you want me to try to contact Mendoza and talk on your behalf?" And he said, "Yes, please, because I'm done. Like I can't." Because one of the guys was thinking of opening up a claim through his bank and try to get a refund and all this other stuff because he hasn't had his belt for months and months. So I tried to make contact with Mendoza. Now, Mendoza had blocked me a while back on another incident. And it was an incident where Mendoza, long story short, he claimed, or not claimed, but on one of his shows, or a couple of his shows anyway, on I think it was called Gold Milk back then, said that I was a scammer, and it turned out to be that it was never true, and I showed Mendoza proof of that. And so he ended up finding out that, yeah, well, you're not a scammer. And he ended up blocking me from that point on. Whatever, fine. So I can't contact Mendoza because I'm blocked. I've been blocked a while back. But I asked a person that knows him and I think has him as a friend. I'm not sure on that part, but that knows Antonio Mendoza. And I says, "Hey, I need you to do me a favor. Can you please message Antonio Mendoza and let him know that I need to talk to him because he has me blocked?" Person replied back, I'm not going to mention who it is, says, "All right, I don't know if he's going to talk to you because, he blocked you, but I'll reach out." Great. So he reached out to Mendoza, reached out back to me, saying, yeah, he's not interested in talking to you, basically. All right, cool. Well, I've done my part to try to talk to Antonio Mendoza. Got me blocked. You don't want to talk to me. All fine and dandy. I'm just trying to get your side of the story. So that was your opportunity. If you're looking at this video, Antonio Mendoza. Now that this is happening, and one of the guys recently says as soon as I get my belt from Mendoza, I'm going to give you the screenshots and the evidence to put them on blast. So with that being said, don't be surprised, Antonio, that if someone sends you a screenshot of you having a file at Belt's Most Wanted Scammers. So now, again, I know that this happens normally when a good guy gets a file at Belt's Most Wanted Scammers. What normally happens is that the friends of that person, the fans of that person, obviously is going to disagree on why Mendoza would have a file. great guy, trustable guy. Oh, he's not a scammer, this and that. And don't worry, I'm not going to label you as a scammer, Antonio Mendoza, because I know that you're going to do ultimately the right thing, which is send the people their products. Now, 7 months, 8 months, 5 months in some cases, who knows? Whenever they're going to get their product, maybe a year or year after, whatever, I'm pretty sure that you're going to send the people their stuff. But nonetheless, you won't be labeled as a scammer at Bout's Most Wanted Scammers, but you will have a file. You're going to get a file. And that's for unacceptable manufacturing timing and for poor communication. I've seen these screenshots and it's horrible. And I put myself in the customer's footsteps on this thing, and I've been there before, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good feeling. So again, that's a little pre-warning. You're gonna get a file as soon as I collect all this evidence and put you on there. And it is what it is, you know. So for those of you guys that are gonna have a fit, have your fit now and get over it. And it's gonna happen, so it's guaranteed. All right, guys, question number 10: the death of the immortal Hulk Hogan. Were you a Hulkamaniac? So the Hulkster recently passed away. This guy, I was never a Hulkamaniac. Now, when I was small, young kid, my older brother was into wrestling at that time, and I had some older cousins that were into wrestling. And I remember my older cousins had left some VHS tapes, WWF VHS tapes, well, back in the 80s. I got a Survivor Series one, a WrestleMania one, and etc., etc. At each tape, the main event was Hulk Hogan against, somebody. And I remember watching these tapes as a kid. And at that time, I didn't know who Hulk Hogan was. But I knew that this guy was the top dog of wrestling. I knew that this guy was the number one guy. And this guy always had a belt around his waist. And he sent these videos. This guy's never lost. This guy always won. And it was watching Hogan, just his promos with intensity. It's hard to ignore how he does his promos. It gets you hooked. The facial expression that he makes is so intense, and his body language is there. This guy is a great promo artist, and I knew that this guy was something. He was something. Was not necessarily a fan or a Hulkamaniac, but I did like to watch him wrestle then. I think I was more of a fan of Ultimate Warrior at that time. And another guy that does crazy promos, another guy that has this intensity is just off the charts as well. These two guys. But Hogan definitely plays a role of me liking wrestling. And as I grew older, you get to know him more and more throughout the VHS tapes and whatnot. When my father used to take me me and my brothers to a video store called Yo-Yo Video. Yo-Yo Video. It was in my city, a place where you can rent VHS tapes. And I used to always hit the wrestling aisle. And I would see WWF tapes there, and I would see the WCW VHS tapes there. It was really mainly WWE or WWF and WCW, and I would mainly rent out the WWF tapes, and we would go there every weekend. Rent out a tape is 99 cents. You can rent out multiple for a certain price. And I'll watch these tapes over and over and over. And a lot of the tapes had Hulk Hogan in it. You know, and I guess now that he's gone, you know, watching, and I still watch his stuff, even till he passed away recently. I still watch his stuff, and I guess I'm a bandwagoner. I guess you could say that I'm a Hulkamaniac now. Now, some of you again are probably gonna say bandwagoner. Hey, I just said it. That I guess I'm a bandwagoner. Yeah, this guy is. Now that he's gone, watching his tapes again, his matches again, definitely leaves a void in me, and not just only in me, even my older brother, who he's more of a Hulkamaniac than me. He's a Hogan fan. He has magazines, and he has the toy figures of Hulk Hogan. He has all that stuff, and so he's more of a Hulkamaniac than I am. And he, you know, he took it hard. You know, I took not as hard as him, but nonetheless, it's just very sad that he's gone. I think that if he didn't get that surgery done months ago, I think he'd be alive today. At 71, getting surgeries at that age, there's no point. Once you're too old for surgeries. There's a lot more complications of getting surgeries at an old age, and you're just gonna have to deal with the pain or whatever issues that you're having. I mean, unless you're dying, then get the surgery. You know, get the surgery to cure. I don't know. Let's say you need a liver transplant, kidney, or whatever, heart transplant. And if you don't do it, you're going to die in a few months. Okay, fine. I can understand to get that type of surgery. But the surgery that he got, I think it was a fusion on his neck. And he got it done through the front, right under the throat area. And then there was some kind of complications from that surgery. And then, you know, a little bit over 2 months go by. He was trying to recover. He was absent out of the media for those 2 months or whatever, over 2 months. And to find out that he never made a full recovery, and then now finding out that he died of a heart attack or something. At least that's what the rumors are being said. The autopsy or whatever hasn't come out yet. But people are saying all kinds of things. Died of a heart attack, that he died of a stroke or something, he had a stroke, that they nicked an artery in his neck or something like that. They tapped into his spine and that he was paralyzed, and all kinds of stuff. Organ failure, etc., etc. So we don't know yet until the autopsy comes out. It's probably going to come out in the early of August. But nonetheless, definitely going to be missed. Definitely, I'm a bandwagoner now, Hulkamania. And it sucks. It sucks that this had to happen, but he should be alive today. He should be here. He should still be here. But we can't do nothing about it now, so. Alright guys, that was 10 questions, statements. Join Bouts Most Wanted Scammers on Facebook. Tap in. See you on the next episode of Interrogation number 26 for the month of August, late August. Catch you guys.